What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah.
Hey, y'all ready? Can I hear it again? Y'all ready? Thank you. Okay, so welcome back to It Is What It Is, the show where we say what we want, and we're coming at you live from ComplexCon. I'm Treasure Wilson, a.k.a. Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mace and Cam.
Killer, what's good?
I don't really feel comfortable on this side. I'm usually sitting over there. How you doing today,
You want
man?
to switch sides?
Nah, I'm good.
Boss. That was crazy.
It's good, Stat.
Good to see you. We all look great. Happy to be here.
And
Hope
thank all
enjoying
y'all for
the
coming
weekend.
out. We
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Of course. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot happening in the NBA and football. So we're going to start with NBA. So Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier were arrested in an FBI gambling probe. They've since been released under circumstances. Billups' attorney made a statement saying that they will fight the FBI's charges regarding the ongoing illegal gambling investigation, pinpointing coaches, players, and allegedly mob members. He said, anyone who knows Billups knows he is a man of integrity. Men of integrity do not cheat and defraud others. To believe that Billups did what the federal government is accusing him of is to believe that he would risk his Hall of Fame legacy, his reputation, and his freedom. So first, I want y'all to unpack what's going on with the investigation. And Mace, do you think men of integrity cheat?
Oh, man. I think they do.
Okay.
I think actually, I know this would go viral if I said no, because then somebody probably pull up one time I did wrong.
Right.
So you got to be honest. I think even though we're good people, at some point, anybody could cheat.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think if put in the right situation, everybody is breakable. So when I see somebody like Chauncey Billups, I wouldn't want to believe that he did it. But, you know, any person that's good could do bad. Everybody has the potential.
Everybody breakable is crazy. That's first and foremost. Are you breakable? Are you breakable?
Good question.
I'm just wondering, are you breakable before I answer the question?
Killer, come on.
I was just wondering. I didn't know what that meant. Look, to be honest with you, I like Chauncey Billups a lot.
Yeah.
I fuck with Chauncey Billups, and he's like one of them clean-cut niggas. So it's like, damn, Chauncey. But I do agree with Mace, like
Put in the right situation.
For the right situation. See,
know?
but Chauncey, the way that I don't know if everybody knows the whole situation. So, Stat read it very formally. He was running poker games, and basically, I seen his interview, a little clip he did. He basically was saying that he didn't know all this undercover FBI shit was going on, all this gambling and everything else. He was just the face of the poker games. I think that was his cover-up, just in case shit went left. I think he's getting a couple extra dollars? Maybe. He gonna fight it, but I do like Chauncey Billups, but I do agree with Mace. It's like Ted DiBiase. For the right price, everybody might be breakable. So I like Chauncey.
So you believe he's breakable then?
I asked you if you're breakable, Pause. That's what I asked you.
Who's specific?
I asked you about you.
You said for the right price, though.
For you, for the right price?
I'm not breakable.
Okay, you just said everybody is excluding you.
Yeah.
But I like Chauncey. I don't want to throw him under the bus like that. I hope he's not. I'll just say that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll just add, this is ongoing, so we're still going to figure out updates as it goes, but it could go any other way. And what I usually say, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but a lot of people think if they can get away with it, they'll do it. So we're hoping this isn't the case, but you never know. Okay, so we're going to stay on the topic of integrity for a little before we move on. So we're going to go to LeBron James. He was asked if he thinks we're in a world where integrity is valued. He responded, no, everything is so fake now. Every time you say something, people think you're talking to them. First of all, I'm not talking about you or talking to you. I can't just have a thought. So what do you think about what LeBron James had to say? Do you think integrity is valued? And then do you think the world is becoming a little soft?
I think everything you just said is true. I think integrity is kind of lost. I don't think you need integrity in today's society. It's sad to think that, but I think today, as long as you got the right talent, people could figure out how to work with you. I don't think those days of having to do the right thing, people have found a way around that. It's sad, but it's the truth.
He said the world is soft. Do you think the world is soft, though? That's what I'm saying. Pause.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah?
I think the way that kids are being raised today is just a little different. You know, I think like to play sports, they're breaking kids to make them superstars. So even when they get to where they're going, they feel the kids are like really already broken. So he make a lot of money, but he's gonna beat his girlfriend up. So it's like he's already broken, even though he's a great athlete.
Amen. Say, man. Cam?
Breakable again.
Read his exact statement.
So he said, everything is so fake now. Every time you say something, people think you're talking to them. First of all, nigga, I'm not talking about you or to you. I can't just have a thought.
LeBron guy, he was cursing and all that shit on there. He was feeling himself on that interview. I seen some of it. Like, one thing about LeBron, he's probably the most talked about athlete, good or bad.
Yeah.
Whether he didn't score, whether he went to Miami, whether he's using nepotism to get his son in the league. That nigga's talked about every week about son. He's not even playing right now, and they talking about the nigga. But I do agree with him. We're in the sensitive world. The thing about it is this: everybody who got a smartphone got an opinion. You could live in your mother's basement in Idaho and be like, yeah, fuck niggas, bitch ass niggas. Yeah. And then you'll get mad as an entertainer, or not just entertainer, athlete, entertainer, somebody prominent, anything. But when you look at somebody's comments, right, we're talking about social media, and it'll be 600 good comments. Then that one comment be like, you whack anyway. I don't like your shit. You're a sucker anyway. And you'll respond to that before you respond to the other 600 good comments and be like, who the fuck is you talking to? And I'm like, yo, and I have to work on it myself. Instead of forcing that energy for that person, you should respond to the good comments. But if you got a smartphone, you can have an opinion. Now back to the world is soft. Yeah, because people bottom line will be affected. So for instance, right, Kevin Hart had a stand-up and shit. And he made a joke about people with one arm. And after he said the joke, he's like, I'm just kidding. I don't want the one-arm community coming after me. And no disrespect if anybody in here got one arm. I'm just saying. But now you'll get that community going against you.
Right.
And then you'll lose sponsorship dollars. And then you'll have people saying, oh, you're offending a certain type of people. You can't say a lot of things. I'm a little older, so I grew up around a lot of TV shows, just around a lot of people where you could say what you want.
Yeah.
And when I watch some of the shit now that I used to watch, whether it be like fucking Good Times or
Married with Children,
or even older than that, like Archie Bunker on the Family, you'd be like, yo, that shit was kind of harsh. You can't say a lot of shit today. So I don't want to say it's soft. It's kind of a balance where you can find what's overdoing it and what's like, damn, I'm scared to say something.
Yeah.
So I feel like LeBron's comments are right, but a lot of shit used to be way, way worse than it is now.
I think LeBron was dead on. I think people apologize too much.
Yeah.
I wish people would just say what they feel and really believe it.
So
You don't apologize?
Not really.
Okay, I'll dig it.
no accountability ever?
It's not apologizing is not accountable if I'm telling the truth. I take my time to speak. Like when Cam said something about me for years, I didn't say nothing. I just waited until he got all his shots off. And I said, this, that nigga Thanksgiving. I'm going to get him this Thanksgiving.
This is true. I asked make something like, because I'm not sure who knows our history. We didn't speak for like 10 years, and I did some diss records towards him. Then he did like the ultimate diss record towards me. So we talk about shit. And he said, I just waited for you to run out of shit to talk about and then did my record because you said everything you had to say. I was like, that was a good strategy. Very good.
Well, not to be corny about it, but this is a beautiful thing that you guys had that past, and you guys can come up here, be business partners, friends, and all that alone. So it's really dope to see.
Yeah.
Because what? This is dope. So now I got to ask y'all this. When did the world become soft? When did people start getting so offended? Because I don't know a world where it wasn't soft. I see why people get offended. So when do you feel like that changed?
Oh, man. Somebody said Bill Cosby. No, I don't remember when it got soft, but something happened. I'm not sure if it was the dresses, the rappers with the purses. I don't know where it went, but somewhere it went crazy. What do you think, Killer?
I think when niggas started getting smartphones, because you could get your opinion. Like, you know, I don't know how old our audience is, but you gotta think about smartphones is probably about 20 years old, maybe 21 or 22 years old. Before that, you couldn't just type your opinion. You just had to be in the house frustrated, mad, yelling at the motherfucking TV or the magazine or wherever you see something you don't like. So I think a lot of times when you use platforms like the Shade Room or Ball Alert or anything, once it's like 15 comments going one way, I think it's a lot of bandwagon comments. Like, oh, this the way it's going, let me chime in. Yeah, fuck him or fuck her. I don't even think a lot of people have their own opinion. I think they see what's going on and they ride that wave. So to me, it's when smartphones came out, my personal opinion.
And I think that it got soft when people started having security. I think when you used to have to ride around with people from your block, you really had to watch what you had to say, because you know you could see somebody and it could really go left. But when niggas started having police with them, that's when it got soft.
So it sounds like people are getting pressed, because back then it seems like if you had an issue with somebody, you could go up and say something. Now you got people behind typing, texting things, and not actually be able to confront that person.
Until you run into them, if you run
Valid.
into them. But I think personally, like being said, it was a time where as a rapper, you had to, if you had security, you seem like you was soft. But, you know, I was in a situation where, I'm not saying it was me, I'm just saying it was a shootout and some shit happened. And then you got four of my friends locked up and everybody's bail is $1 million. And then you get a $4 million bail and then you have everybody's lawyer fee, because it was out of state, in Massachusetts. Everybody's lawyer fee is $250,000. So now you're at $5 million, and then you say, how much was it to rent a police officer for the day? And it was $500-600. So you could have had 20 police officers for $12,000, but now you got a $4 million bail and $1 million in lawsuits. I'll take that part about the soft part. It's better off just paying that, because then if you don't bail niggas out and if you don't pay their lawyer fees, you a sucker. You got them in this situation. Yeah, that was stupidity. My opinion.
Makes sense.
Okay, the life y'all have lived, because yeah. Okay, next topic. So Ayesha Curry says she didn't want kids. She didn't want to get married. She thought she was going to be a career girl. She said, I had my eyes set on my goals. I was never the little girl that dreamt about the wedding dress and all that. And then it happened so early in my life. It's one of those things like you actually don't know what you want. She was then asked if she talked to Steph about it, and she said, he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. So I want to clarify, this is only part of a whole conversation. But what do you think of Ayesha Curry even sharing that information and what she had to say, Mace?
Oh, man. What's so bad about her life? She actually gets to be with a premier basketball player, Hall of Famer. She only make about $1 million a month.
Only.
What's so hard about her life?
Only $1 million.
And then what was she gonna do? What was she gonna do? I think she's delusional in this statement. I mean, if I could say my opinion, what actually was she gonna do? It's like when I met Puff, right? He told me, you're 5'11", you're brown skin. What else could you be? A rapper. What else could you actually be? A basketball player, a football player? No, you're doing what you were called to do. So I look at Ayesha Curry, she's a Canadian actress. What if the career doesn't go well? To be complaining about what Stephen Curry done in the life that she had with him, I think is totally delusional and insensitive. Can men be insensitive?
Yes.
She's insensitive.
Cam.
She need to stop going on these podcasts and telling everybody business. Like this, like her ninth podcast complaining. Like, yo, he's on the red table complaining that you don't get no attention. And then, like, yo, you're sitting there talking, you're married to a person who changed the game, not just like a regular basketball player. You're married to somebody who actually changed the game, and you're talking about men don't look at me. I don't want them, but I just would feel good if they look at me. Yo, first of all, if you my wife, stop worrying about who the fuck looking at you and all that, my nigga. You fucking live in my house. Why are you worrying about who looking at you? That's first and foremost. And you want niggas to comment on your page talking about you look good. No,
She want to be hit on.
Yeah, whatever. My thing is this stuff. I'm more mad at Steph Curry for not putting his foot down. Like, yo, you gotta put your foot down, my nigga. And I don't mean to drag Will Smith into it because he's my man. Niggas who don't put their foot down, they just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
He's light-skinned and he got brown hair.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, I dig it.
He can't put his foot down. He can't.
I see, obviously not. But I'm just saying, I'm not that light-skinned. I'm putting my foot down. You can't keep going on these podcasts complaining. And then somebody walked in and she like opened her shirt and
she was like, woo, when the man
it?
walked in on the show. She was a guest on the show.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
She
a
gonna need
male
a
model.
hotel.
Yeah.
And she did what?
She was like, no, she took off her ring. That's what happened. She took off her, pretending
There
to
you
take
go.
off her ring on the show.
Yeah, all right. Niggas get suspended by listen, when you Steph Curry, you gotta move a little different, but I wish my wife would say woo and try and pretend take her ring off. You wildin'. And then I seen, she said she thought this nigga was gonna be a high school gym teacher. She's like, yo, that was his plan. He was gonna be graduate from college and be a high school gym. So you disappointed, bitch? The fuck is you talking about? Yo, bitch disappointed and the nigga was a superstar. That's not what she wanted. I'm highly disgusted with my personal opinion.
She wanted to take care of him. She wanted to be the breadwinner. That was her idea.
She'll never make the money that he made, and I don't give a fuck what kind of actress she was going to be or what kind of career she's going to have. Look, it's one thing, like, for me, this is how I look at my life, right? I think, like, me, Mace, even Stat, like, we lived the American dream, what you call the American dream. Like, you know, we're doing what we love to do. We love sports. We talk about sports. We love music. We got to do music. A nigga like Steph Curry's is some fantasy turned reality shit. Some shit that nigga like 6'2", just making 6'3", not that big, pause, as far as a basketball player is concerned.
Yeah.
Didn't go to a major school, went to Davidson, didn't go to North Carolina, Kentucky, no school like that, and end up being one of the greatest players in the world and then being the greatest shooter in the world. That's some shit you can't even, you just dream about and then it happened. So cut that shit out and let me be the actress and go to work and you just go be, nah, I can't fuck with her. That's I said all that to say this, I can't fuck with her.
Yeah, if you just saw her post, you would know what she was talking about. She was already calling him coochie.
Calling who coochie?
She called him coochie. She said, I'm going to the 7th, we're at the first game of his 17th season with coochie.
Make sure you don't really curse that much. Pussy, or should she say coochie?
Yes, she called him coochie. That's his nickname in the house, coochie. I can't make this up, kid. You know I'm not going to lie to you.
Steph's nickname is Coochie?
His nickname is Coochie. Pull it up. I did my research. That's why I'm holding this iPad. I couldn't believe it. She said, we went to see Coochie play.
Yeah, he real light skinned. I ain't tolerating that.
They're looking it up right now.
How do you come up with that nickname?
How you get that nickname? Like they call you Killer. What he did for her to call him Coochie. That's more understandable.
This is true.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Let me play devil's advocate, right? Because she didn't say she was ungrateful. She didn't say she didn't want to be married to Steph. And she didn't say that she didn't like her life. She just said things kind of went faster than expected. That's not the life she expected to live. Y'all not rocking with that?
What does she expect to live? That's what we need to know. It's unrealistic expectation. Remember I told you, Killer, if you're going to have a woman happy, you got to manage her expectations. He's not managing her expectations. They're all over the place.
Go ahead and leave, bitch. If you don't like it here, just go. It's like the door is there. You could just leave if you want. It was a bunch of chicks that's waiting to get with Steph Curry. You go ahead and leave.
Yeah.
Well, they've known each other forever. They're happily married. So if that's what
She
works
don't
for
seem
them,
that happy.
Yeah, she's definitely not happy. She's definitely not happy going, woo.
I can't even stick up for her as much as I could try. I don't know. I'm trying to get in her brain, but yeah, y'all both have good points. Okay. So now it just continues. So now we're going to go to college football. We're going to talk about Bill Belichick. So Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels have a 2-4 record. He's been catching a lot of heat for him and his 24-year-old girlfriend's relationship. She has been seen on the field having pre-game conversations. And even recently, she was talking to the ACC commissioner. So what's your opinion on her involvement, and what would be your message to Bill?
Yo, Bill gotta chill out. Bill, this is a perfect come on my nigga moment. Bill can't, I mean, he got his shorty on the field, right? Killer, just think of this. And now she's whispering to the ACC athletic director. What do you think her plans are? She's trying to go up. And Bill can't see it. He's a part of the play. He might be coochie next year.
You might be the next Coochie, Cam.
I have to agree with Mace. Like, first, I didn't even know she's talking to the ACC athletic director. That's definitely trying to take a step up. It's really sad because Bill Belichick is like one of the all-time greatest coaches in the NFL. And then when I seen he couldn't get an NFL job, I just think he took this job because he didn't want to sit home and he wanted to coach. But Bill's 72 or 73 years old. How old is she?
24.
Like a pussy. I'm saying that young pussy got him open because there's no. I've done some business with Bill Belichick off the record, and she was there too, like controlling the environment. So it isn't like I just read the articles. I actually seen this before he went to North Carolina. I'm like, who? I thought it was his daughter, and she's very controlling on his environment. Bill Belichick is losing games, and she's on the field at halftime talking to him in his ear when he should be getting the team ready for the second half to try and make a comeback. It's just sad because I think Bill Belichick's so dope, and we're gonna, they always remember you for the whack shit you did. Yeah. And I don't think he should have went out like this. I feel bad for Bill. I really like Bill a lot, but I think this female is really controlling his life.
So do y'all think this is kind of ruining his legacy, or do you think he'll be quite all right?
I think she got Bill too turned up. Bill, you remember Bill was leaving the apartment and he had his shirt off.
He did.
I knew Bill was bugging in.
He did.
He was leaving the apartment complex as an NFL coach with his shirt off. I don't know what she gave him, but it was right because Bill had his shirt off. And Bill was just walking out. He didn't care if paparazzi saw him. Bill is wild.
He was on the Ring camera.
Yeah, he was on the
chest
Ring
naked.
cam. You know you in the hood if the Ring cam go off.
Yeah, that's a fact. As far as ruining his legacy, I mean, amongst NFL coaches and owners and players, I guess not, but in the public eye, yeah, because you got to have 100 victories, they only remember your losses. Right. So, and this is towards the end of his career. So right. I think it is as far as public perception is concerned. But as far as like NFL players and coaches, I think they love Bill and they're not going to ruin his legacy as far as a coach is concerned. Personally, probably so.
Yeah, hope he figures it out because I can't even imagine what would happen next, whether they continue or things get cut. We don't know, but shout out to Bill. Okay, so Cam Newton says he asked his girlfriend to provide a list of men she had been sexually involved with before they began dating. He said, I want to know because before I sit up here and really keep moving and elevating our relationship, I want to know who got one up on me and if I'm willing to take on that burden. So Mace, do you find this invasive? Or you think, it's a pretty good idea?
Who came up with these questions, Cam? All right.
I didn't even want to know the questions. I wanted to be spontaneous.
You know what the gag is?
That was wild. Spontaneous was.
You reaching. Go ahead, man. You definitely reaching.
Would I want to know how many guys my woman been with? Nah. I don't think so. I think at this point, you just got to have sex with her better than he did. I don't think you want to know the number. You just got to know if he went that far, you got to go that much further. That would be my concept. Because you just, what's the use of knowing how many? It's not like 10 is going to be different than 15.
Well, I don't think it's, before you go, Cam, I don't think it's so much on how many, I think it's who.
Oh, yeah. It's some niggas you don't want to go behind. Pause. Let me say that to the audience. There's some guys, if he had her, you don't want her. I can go down the list if you need me to, but Cam is one of them, you know? If Cam had her, you don't want her. I would be one of them. You just don't want her after, because you know their brains, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's foul.
I was going to say the same thing. It depends on who. Because, first of all, Cam Newton I think this personally, if Cam Newton is asking that, he likes you like that. And he's willing to probably invest in you, because if he ain't give a fuck about you, he'd be like, yo, it was fun. I hit you and I hit you. But I think he likes her. That's why he's actually asking the question. But it ain't about the number for me. It's about who you did it with. Because the thing about it is this. It's like, me and my man, I won't use Mace. Mace don't be liking when I use him as examples. He like, yo, don't be using me as no example. But if me and a friend another friend's girlfriend, and he don't know, that's the sucker shit. Because it's like, he don't know, but he probably need to know, because if he would he be with her like that if he knew me and her hit it? And then I got other friends where if you boned them, they dirty. I'm not going after that. You know what I'm saying? It's like my man Sugar's in here right now. I don't go in after him, my nigga. I know it's hygiene.
Yeah, Sugar's wild.
Yeah.
Shout out, Suge.
Bro, I'm not going in after him, man. So it definitely depends on who. Stat, what do you think if a dude asks you about your body count that you're dating? You think that's some sucker shit?
If we're officially dating, that's not like talking is different, but if we're officially dating and that's something that he asked of me, I have no problem having that discussion, because I feel like certain things y'all should know about each other, because people are crazy, and then who does matter, whether people want to act like it matters or not, it does. So I think if that makes him more comfortable, if we're dating, if we just talking, you ain't got to know my business.
Let me ask you
It's
something,
okay.
Killer. If it's a Rolls Royce, but it got 190,000 miles, do you want it?
No, I don't.
But it's in mint condition.
Not with 190,000 miles on it. This is just clean.
That's
So,
my point.
what if y'all have 190,000 miles? What if it's on the opposite end? What if y'all have 190,000 miles and she got one, and she want to ask you about
Drea
you?
said, according to Drea said, your freakiness can be forgiven.
So it cancels
She
out?
did say that. She did say that. I'm co-signing.
Something to that effect.
So it cancels out for certain people.
If you make it to a certain level, it cancels out.
I hear some females clapping when you say, what if you had 190,000 miles on you, as far as talking about the nigga? Whoever the
How many
females
miles
clapping.
do you think you have?
I got a lot of miles. But I go to the shop and my maintenance is crazy. My maintenance is really good. But what I was going to say is this, right? Let's take, for instance, and I know this may be a stereotype. You knew who I was when you met me. Like, you already know the kind of lifestyle I live in. That stereotype, I could go home after every show, so on and so forth, but I kind of been doing this since I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a few miles up there. But to the females who is clapping, I get that if somebody has a regular 9 to 5. Murder, you left early, but what about your mileage? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my miles is wild.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, my miles is wild.
Yeah.
My miles are so wild, I had to go to church. I was trying to break the record.
You know, y'all had a very different lifestyle, and that's why I'm saying certain things matter.
What about your mileage?
My mileage is good.
Okay.
My mileage is good. My mileage is where it needs to be. Thank you.
What does that mean?
That's what that means.
Okay,
no
gotcha.
further discussion.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bet. Say no more.
So next, just on that topic, because now I'm kind of curious, because some people think that request from Cam Newton is kind of crazy. So what's the craziest thing that you guys feel like you have asked from a potential partner, or a potential partner has asked from you? Does anything come off the top of your head? Before we move on to the next question, I'm just curious. And Mace, I'm going to ask you first.
What's the craziest thing I ever asked for?
Yeah, from a partner.
When I was first going to get, I thought about getting married. I asked her to buy the ring if she was serious. I thought that would let
You
me
asked
know
her
she
to
was
buy the
serious.
ring?
I'm different.
First of all, if you ask her to buy the no,
Niggas like that.
no. Now I have another question.
No, I needed to know she was serious. Because I was serious. So I wanted to know that she was serious. And these days, women can do everything a man can do.
Yes, but kind of relating to the Ayesha Curry conversation, you said she wanted to be the breadwinner, and that's a problem. So why, in this case, it's okay if, Shawty want to buy the ring, but you don't?
That's a good question, but you don't have me skunks that I wouldn't ask for a big ring, I just would need a ring.
Okay, so what if it's something up the store, some $200, and it's not like a real ring? Is that cool?
I just needed her to do something to let me know she was serious.
Okay, and that includes buying a ring.
My mother always told me, right? She told me this. I don't know if people are going to like this, but this is what she told me. She said, if you get rid of everything that makes a woman want you, then you'll know if she wants you for you.
I'm not mad at that.
So I got rid of everything and told her to go with me. It worked out.
That's true. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So, okay, Cam?
And to co-sign what May said, like when he talks about his wife, he said, I got rid of everything to make sure that she really loved me. So I see you trying to press him, and you backed off
Ain't pressing
good.
me. That's fine.
Yeah, but secondly, I want to go back when you was like, when he was
Ayesha
talking
Curry.
about Ayesha Curry being the breadwinner. I don't think Mace meant that. I can't speak for him, but when I was saying it wasn't like your female can't be the breadwinner. I don't mind if the female's the breadwinner. Like Oprah's the breadwinner in her house. It's a bunch of females that are breadwinners, but you're not gonna out-breadwin Steph Curry. That's all we were saying was.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna make $700 million, okay, I'll sit down.
Right.
Like if I'm Steph Curry and your wife is saying, "Nah, I got $1 billion play if you just stay home." And you could talk about it. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Steph Curry would do that, but I'm just saying, like,
Would you sit home?
Steph Curry's amazing, man. You can't just, that's God-given talent. You want to just be sheltered.
No, I'm saying if a woman was making, let's say, $400 million, she said, Cam, I need you to watch the baby and walk with me through the mall, 2 steps behind me with the baby in the stroller. Would you do it?
$400 million, how long? A year or over some time?
Yeah, she said, throw your rap career away, all of that. You need to focus on first things first. And I got the money, and you just do what I need you to do. Could you do it?
It depends on the money. Depends on how much. I went through that. I went through female I was dealing with when I didn't have a music career, when I was trying to get a career when we was young, and she said, you're not as good as you think you are. You need to go back to school. And I was like, damn, that was kind of harsh.
Literally.
And I remember Jewels and Jim with diplomats that I was working with, and I used to work with them. She's like, they're dirty. They don't wash up. Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to put something together. She says, it's not going to work. You need to go back to school, because I got kicked out of school. And then when I stopped dealing with that person, everything kind of took off, everything. And I remember I pulled up, I was in a Lamborghini. She's like, damn, can I get a ride? I was like, absolutely not. You absolutely cannot get a ride. So I've been through that situation, but I'm not opposed to females being a breadwinner, but not sitting there say, throw your career away. I don't think Steph is telling her to throw her career away. Then he gave her like a cooking show or some shit. She had something she was doing, but I just think that her career is not equaling up to his career, so that's why she may feel away.
Okay, so before we go to Q&A, because I do want to reiterate and get your response. So do you feel like there's something crazy that you asked of a partner that, it wasn't crazy to you, but other people might be like,
Not really. Like, girls just, like, sometimes they get offended if I ask for a threesome. Nothing real crazy. But I ask for that a lot. So, I don't think it's none too crazy that I could think of. If I do, it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say.
So, James Harden's girlfriend said he had no game when he was talking to her, but in summary, basically his persistence had ended up paying off. He said he FaceTimed her a lot. She ended up picking up. They talked for an hour, and the rest was history. So if you guys watched that documentary, it was Starting Five, they talked about their relationship and him entering his love space. He still jokingly claims that she was weird for even picking up the FaceTime since she didn't know who it was that was calling her. So hearing that about James Harden, one, how do you feel about him basically finding love? Because we've heard, different stories of James Harden during his career. But then also, how do you think is the best way for a man to kind of approach a woman and shoot his shot?
I don't know. I've probably been out the game a little bit, but I think when you're going for a woman, I think it's best to lead with your personality and who you are, not with your pockets. Because if you lead with your pockets, you're gonna have to keep spinning. I think it's really important to make sure she like you and stuff like that. And I also think that you have to really focus in, because what I've learned from women is that they value their sacrifice over your sacrifice. So if you sacrifice as a guy, she'll feel like what she sacrifices is this much higher than what you sacrifice. It's just a common fact. So I think when you know this about a woman, you could really blow her mind, because you know how she's made and how she thinks.
I think she hit James with reverse psychology. You know how much money James Harden made. It ain't like it's a secret. And she was like, you ain't got no game, and curved him. So that kind of turned him on, because probably every girl that he sees, I ain't going to say every girl, because it's a bunch of females who's not interested in athletes, entertainment, and so on and so forth. But I think that when she told him, "Nah, I'm good, you don't even got no game," that's what actually made him persistent to want to get her. But congratulations to him, because they're still together. But
Yeah.
as far as her not knowing how much she make, everybody knows how much James Harden makes. That nigga make a lot of money.
I don't know how I should say this, because I actually know her. So
You know the girl?
yeah.
Okay. Where you know her
Not
from?
know her, no.
Oh,
Not know her like we would know her, but she's from Detroit. She used to rap a little bit, and she used to date Lou Will. So of course she knows
Lou
how
Will.
much she
Lou Will?
Yeah.
And Mario Chalmers.
Nah, but she's a good person.
I didn't say she wasn't. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna let y'all do that. She's a good person. She's a really
What do you
good
think
person.
about that, though? Because it's girls who seem like they just stay in the same circle of athletes. And it's just her. It's like this homeboy from Brandon Ingram and Simons. They have the same baby. What do you think? Yeah, I'm asking you. What do you think about that? Because you may play against the person that, like, you got a baby with a girl, and then the nigga you playing against tonight got a baby with her.
I look at this the same way like Michelle Obama said it, right? They asked Michelle Obama, they said, I think Obama asked Michelle, he said, if you weren't with me, who would you be with? She said, I would have been with the president. Because in her mind, she thinks that who she is was going to lead to a president, whether it was him or somebody else. And I think when it comes to like a woman, like I said before, they value their sacrifice over your sacrifice. So she just look at it like Mario didn't work, Lou Will couldn't get it together. So I ended up with somebody better than both of them, because I was meant to be with somebody on this level.
I think she went from a 6-man to a role player to a superstar. That's what it sounded like to me. Lou Will, 6th Man of the Year. Mario Chalmers was on the championship, but you know James Harden's a superstar.
Yeah.
I just find it funny how these females just randomly be in the NBA circles or NFL circles, and it just works out like that. There's mad other females out there. Like you said, who you been with? We just asked that a while ago. If you've been with the nigga on the Spurs and the nigga on the Wizards, I don't want nobody. I don't want to be with you. You've been in the NBA longer than me.
There's people that do this all the time. The same thing happened in rap. We don't think of it no different. They're like, oh, there's a new couple, a new power couple. And Stat, you love it because I see you hearting their pictures.
Harden, whose pictures?
I'm not going there, Stat. I don't have time.
Because there's nowhere to go. I'll just give my little sense real quick because I love this for him because I'm just like a lover of love. I love seeing people again in good relationships, all that. I will say it's also safe because somebody at James Harden's caliber, you can't just date everybody. So it's like, it sounds crazy because she's been with other players, but it's like, respectfully, you know she ain't gonna run her mouth. You know that she's gonna be.
She understands the program.
Yeah, that's just the best way to put it. That's the truth. So like for him, that works because you need that. You don't need somebody because we see people who constantly run their mouths and get people in trouble. After the first one, they done, and it's probably better that way. So I think this is great for him. He's happily in love, and I love that for him. So that's what I'll say. Okay, so before we wrap, because I know some people had some questions, you guys can head to the mic right there.
Hey, my question's for Mace. One, congratulations on all the growth that you've had in life. With my background, I come from a very Christian upbringing in Wyoming, and I like to hold on to a lot of those morals and values. At the same time, I like to be a productive member of counterculture. How do you balance those, your personal views and then the secular society, and still be the badass that you are?
Wait. That was a good question. Good question.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm not a big sports guy.
All right.
Bad. I love you two, though.
Oh, yeah. I would say I have people around me that help me with different parts of my life because before I was just looking schizophrenic, like I'll be all music, then I'll be all God. Then I had to find a balance. So I had to recognize that all of it is a part of who I am. And I have to really begin to figure out a way to let people help me navigate, like, because Cam is my brother, right? But he's totally different than everything I do on this side of life. So, but he's still my brother. There's no way around that. And so then I spend time with him, but then I also spend time doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Cam is represent the things I'm not supposed to be doing. But he's still my brother. You get what I'm saying? So finding that balance takes a lot of work. It took me 20 years to get there. And you just have to do it through trial and error, but have people in your life you really trust.
Hey, shout out to Cam, shout out to Mace.
Oh, Academics, what up, man? What's good, baby? What's happening?
I'm in the building, man. Hey, I do got one question, and it got a concern of viral moment, but it's personal. My man Adrian Broner hit me, and he trying to get 10 bands out of me for the interview. Is it worth it? You went through the whole experience with him.
Ack, first of all, I want to tell you, nah, for real, I fuck with Ack. Like, I want to tell you thank you, and thanks for this continuous support of course, the show, but just me as a rapper. Like, I was, like, before everybody was podcasting and everything else, I remember you had a show on YouTube and nobody even knew who you looked like, and I was like, this guy always shows me super duper love, man. And it's been going on for years, and you still do. So I just want to tell you thank you and congratulations on everything you got going on, and thank you for the continued support, and good luck on everything you got going on. Definitely.
Thanks, brother.
Nah, I appreciate it. As far as Adrian Broner, he's entertaining. That nigga got bars. He's quick. He's quick on his feet. It depends on who you getting. Like, to be honest with you, and I know Adrian Broner personally. I consider him like a little brother when he's good. But yeah, I would pay him. He's good. He's definitely very entertaining. He's gonna say some shit off the wall, but it just needs to be contained. And you got to think about it. It isn't just cultural wise. He think he can beat everybody in boxing. He thinks that he could rap. He's been on tour. Very well-rounded, entertaining. But I would pay him the money.
Yeah, I think AB is worth the 10 if you let him say whatever he want to say. I think if you bring AB up, AB is a wild card. You don't bring him up to contain him. Let him say everything. If I pay him 10, he got to tell me everything. I want to know about Floyd. I want to know. You know how you do your interviews. Go crazy.
That's all I want to say. Love to all of y'all. Cam,
Thanks,
I love
Ack.
you. Mace, you know I always
Appreciate
love you. Stat, love you as well. All right?
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Ack. Thank you, man.
One more question.
My question is for Cam. Because you've had such a huge history in basketball in your high school career and everything, have you ever thought about becoming a coach for the youth?
Nah, I think coaches is a thankless job unless you're winning. Like, I think coaches have to put more into it than actual athletes, not as far as working out, not as far as training, but you got to think about it. If you're a coach, you got to stay there, but you have to be there before the practice starts. You have to be there after practice starts. You got to sit there and look at tape. You got to put plays together. It's a lot that goes into coaching. I think that they don't, when you see these coaches making tens of millions of dollars because they're winning, I think that absolutely they deserve it because they spend more time than the athlete actually spends. I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally, but nah, I don't have the time to do it. And then I see these coaches that's not winning, they'll throw you under the bus. I know you're talking about something else, but think about the NFL, the Jets coach, he 0-7 right now. It's like they trying to fire him every week, you know what I mean? And he can't catch the ball, he can't throw the ball, all he can do is put the plays together. But I do think it's a thankless job, my opinion. So the answer is no, but great question.
Well, thank y'all for your questions. That is all the time that we have for today. Make sure y'all head to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe, but we appreciate y'all for coming out and supporting us. And as always, it is what it is.
Thank you, guys.